please don't use any bad language, bad words.
Mr. Trump admitted why he has lapsed, despite Graham's plea.
He said, your stories will even be better. And I wrote back, I said, I'm going to try to do that, but actually the stories won't be as good. Because you can't put the same emphasis on it. So tonight I broke my rule. I've done it for a week.
Mr. Trump's reference was an exchange he had last summer with the CEO of the Billy Graham Evangelists Association. Also at townhall.com, SpaceX has filed a lawsuit against a California agency this week after the body rejected a proposal to increase the company's launches from the state's coastline to 50 per year. Bernie Bennett has more.
The California Coastal Commission made its decision despite the U.S. Air Force endorsing the plan on the grounds that more launches of Starlink and Starshield, the defense-focused unit, are critical to national security. In the lawsuit, SpaceX says that the commission engaged in, quote, naked political discrimination. Some commissioners cited the political activity of CEO Elon Musk.
I'm red Mike today, Jack.
Regular
Right?
federal agency activity.
Red Mike. Jack.
Vice President of Americans for Prosperity told the Solar Radio Network
I'm Jack now? Yeah.
practicing socialism.
It should be terrifying to any American who even somewhat believes in free markets, free enterprise, and the concept of private companies.
Bernie Bennett reporting.
Gaza's health ministry says 87 people are dead or missing after Israeli strikes on multiple homes in northern Gaza. More online at townhall.com.
But if your approach to everyday aches and pains is to mask them, you know, feel better for a few hours only to have the pain return and then repeat the cycle all over again, it's time to try Relief Factor. And the good news is Relief Factor makes that easy. Their 3-week quick start is just $19.95, less than $1 a day. Instead of masking pain, Relief Factor helps eliminate it. How? Well, its unique formula of ingredients helps support your body's response to inflammation. Relief Factor was developed by doctors. It's 100% drug-free. And for so many people, the results are game-changing, even life-changing. So give it a try. Right now, their 3-week quick start is just $19.95. Go to relieffactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF. That's 1-800-4RELIEF. See how in a few weeks or even days, Relief Factor can reduce your pain. When you feel better, life is just better. So don't mask pain. Fight it naturally with Relief Factor.
Wireless and fixed network equipment maker Nokia has reported better than expected third quarter earnings, mainly on the back of cost-cutting measures. Correspondent Jeremy House has this report.
The earnings increase was somewhat offset by the company's sales dive of 8%, largely due to a weaker India market. The Finland-based company reported a net profit of $389 million for the July to September period, up 22% from $318 million a year earlier. Nokia
What do they even make now?
This year and last year from operators cutting back on investments.
Nokia.
5G and
What do they even make now?
technology.
Not making phones, are they?
Uncertainty and high financing costs. Jeremy House reporting.
Alonso hit a three-run homer with 2 outs in the 10th inning, and the New York Yankees advanced to the 31st World Series by beating the Cleveland Guardians 5-2 in Game 5. More at townhall.com. More and more people are using payment.
I hope the Mets get in.
And receive money. With more, here's John.
I'll root for the Mets against the Yankees if that happens. If the Dodgers get in, I'm not watching this World Series. I hate both teams. I hate the Dodgers and I hate the Yankees.
Venmo or Cash App typically lack the deposit insurance you'd get from a bank, except in certain cases. You're also losing out on interest you could be earning from a savings account when you keep money in those apps. John Scott reporting.
Judges punishing rioters for storming the Capitol nearly 4 years ago fear the nation faces more political violence on the cusp of the next election. Some judges at Washington's federal courthouse frequently expressed those concerns during sentencing hearings for the hundreds of Capitol riot cases. U.S. Senator Judge Reggie Walton said during a recent hearing that he prays Americans accept the outcome of next month's election. You'll find more at townhall.com. I'm Ron Taylor.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and do not express the views of WVBF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content in all programs are those of the host and their guests.
All right, 270, enter. There we go. Perfect.
Hey, Shirley, what's happening? I mean, what's happening in Middleboro?
And good morning and welcome to Middleboro in Review. I am Joey Driscoll. Today is the 20th of October, 2024. It is 7:07 a.m. Open phone lines today, 508-822-1106. 508-822-1106 is the number. We're going to start off with the weather as soon as I can get it up here. But first off, we're going to start by saying good morning to Don. Good morning, Don. How are you?
Good morning, Joey. How you doing?
Great. We had a great evening last night, Don.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking at the tickets that Chuck Hart texted me. He voted both of us to the Italian dinner fundraiser for the Oak Point Friends of the Food Pantry for the St. Vincent de Paul program. The place was packed. What a great turnout. We saw Chuck Hart there. Did see Dave. He runs it. We had him on the show. What a great time. We had a great bunch of people. We were sitting with at table 16. Charlotte 16. And we had a lot of fun. And the food was good. And food was pretty good. A lot of food. And anything that Oak Point does, I think that does great. Absolutely. I think that they're catering it or whatever, and looked like they had a lot of volunteers too, and looked like there's a lot of I talked to there's two people at our table. I think one or two maybe lived in Oak Point, so it was I think a lot of people come out. Yes. Who live in the Oak Point community for these fundraisers and make them a success. And it was the first time I've voted there before, but I never had like a function there. And the place is absolutely beautiful. They have a big pool room. They got a piano room. They got that big clubhouse, which has anything you need as far as the community. The place was packed, and it was great talking to Linda it is, right?
Yes. Linda.
She came by the table. We talked to her. We asked her to call. She said she might be able to call. So she might call later and talk about
stay tuned.
But it was a good time and great host for Oak Point. What a great place that was, and it's great. I mean, it's such a beautiful place, and it was a great turnout, and I'm happy. It looked like it was sold out. So
thank you to Chuck Hart.
Thank you,
and thank you Oak Point as well.
Well, I was talking to Dave Cunningham, and he told me this was the first dinner they had in 5 years because of COVID. Yeah. So I mean, he was happy with the turnout and stuff, and and actually I talked to Dave Cunningham too from St. Vincent de Paul. He's said we're gonna get back to him as far as him coming on the show. We're talking about what he has coming up with the food pantry. So
that sounds good.
Very good night, and like I said, thank the hosts of Oak Point community there. They do such a great job. The place is such a beautiful area, and it was such a pleasant night.
All right, we have our Today in Histories. First off, 1947, during the Cold War, the House of Un-American Activities Committee died. What do you know about that?
Oh, is that with Joe McCarthy?
Yeah. It begins its investigation into communist infiltration of the Hollywood film industry, resulting in a blacklist that prevents some from working in the industry for years. 1973, the Sydney Opera House, Don, probably the most recognizable building in the world. The Sydney Opera House was opened by Elizabeth II after 14 years of construction. Wow, it took that long?
Oh, anybody who saw a picture of that, they know what the Sydney Opera House is.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. 2022, Liz Truss steps down as British Prime Minister and leader of the Conservative Party amid the country's political crisis, serving the least time of any British Prime Minister. 49 days, Don.
Who was that?
Liz Truss. 49 days. That's it.
Well, she beat Harrison anyway, right?
By 18 days.
Yeah, William Harrison.
Exactly, yes. Yes.
1841, 31 days as the president.
Yeah.
He got sick. He did his 4-hour inauguration speech.
He did. The only thing
no
he was
coat
able to
on.
really get done is talk with his cabinet about what he wanted to get done, and his cabinet started that, but he had gotten sick. So really, he didn't get much done at all during those 31 days. He got sick pretty much immediately.
It's funny, if you really looked into it, and I'm sure there's somebody out there who wrote, it's a short story for the 31-day Harrison administration, but I'm sure there's stuff done.
I'm sure he got something done.
I'm sure something got done.
Yes, maybe he signed a couple of bills or something like that. I'm sure there's something.
And they do a lot as president-elect, too.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. So, but I mean, as far as March 4th was the inauguration day back then. They changed it. When they changed it? I think they changed it in the 50s or something. So,
yeah, I think so, in the 50s. Because I think it was
It
still
was always
March.
March.
I think it was
March.
still in the 40s. It was still March. I think.
Yeah, right. That's because because President Delano Roosevelt, his fourth term was about 35 days. He died in April.
Yeah.
So if he was sworn in March 4th, 1945, and if they, his fourth term was pretty short too.
Pretty short, exactly. Our birthdays: 1711. Timothy Ruggles, American lawyer, jurist, and politician. And I know what you're thinking, Don.
Ruggles Station?
No.
What?
No. He was not named after Ruggles Station.
Okay.
His last name is not named after Ruggles Station. That's somebody else.
All right.
Timothy Ruggles, he was born in Rochester, Massachusetts, though.
Okay.
1901, Frank Churchill, American film composer. He wrote some of the most famous music produced by Walt Disney, such as Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Dumbo, Bambi, The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, and Peter Pan. Some iconic movies there. He did the music for those movies. And 1907, we have a couple more after this one, but 1907, Arlene Francis, American actress and television personality, born in Boston, Massachusetts, Don, Arlene Francis.
Nice.
1931, Mickey Mantle, American baseball player and sportscaster. They were just talking about Mickey Mantle this morning on SportsCenter. They had some sort of a stat with Mickey Mantle. They were talking about Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton. And I hate to say this, congratulations, Yankees, to making it to the World Series. I'm not a Yankees fan, but I got to give it to them. Congratulations, Yankees. That hurts for me to say, but there you go. Yankees, congratulations to making it to the World Series.
Who's the other team?
The other team has not been decided yet.
Who the other?
Mets and Dodgers.
People, what's the Mets stats?
Their Mets are down a game.
A game.
Yeah, they're down a game. 3-2 right now.
It's funny. I was talking to a good friend of mine. He lives in New Jersey, and I guess his wife's family are big Mets fans. I mean, he was telling me that his dad doesn't. I don't know. Her dad doesn't watch a game because it's superstitious, and they gotta wear the hats, and So I mean, they live in Jersey, so I mean, it's either Mets or Yankees over there. I got those here baseball teams to choose from.
Exactly.
But
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you better be a Mets fan in her family. Done. He's serious.
So
he's like, I'm upstairs.
Mickey Mantle.
He's shouting at the TV.
Mickey Mantle, just an iconic New York Yankee. One of the best New York Yankees.
Yeah.
Outside of maybe Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig.
Yep.
But Yankees, they are an iconic team. They've won, what is it, 24 titles? So you can't deny how iconic they are. No, Even though I'm a Boston Red Sox fan, I do not deny the greatness of
this year they didn't do the work, so they're not there.
No. The Red Sox didn't do the work. They're not there.
That's it.
The Yankees did the work, and they're here. They're
home,
4 games away from
winning. They're all home breaking leaves or playing golf on the beach somewhere.
Yeah, and so they're going for I believe their 25th title. We'll see what happens.
I'd like to see it. A Subway Series would be great.
A Subway Series would be amazing, yes.
Yeah,
it would be great for New York.
Yeah.
It'd be great for the players.
Yeah.
No travel rust at all. No effects from travel.
Yeah, that's true. That has a lot to do with it because I mean, you're on an airplane back and forth. You were saying the last hockey game, not the game, but the last hockey series that there was a team that were
both teams. Yes, both teams is the most traveled World Series. Not World Series. And an NHL Stanley Cup Final. It was the most traveled.
Right, this past one, right?
This past one.
And what was it? It was from Vancouver to...
It was Vancouver...
to Florida.
Was it Vancouver to... was it Vancouver? No, it was Edmonton to Florida.
Yeah.
It was Edmonton to Florida.
That's a...
Yeah.
Can't get there from here.
Yeah, very crazy.
That's what... So I understand now when you talk about road lag, jet lag or whatever, just traveling. I mean,
no jet lag with the subway series. That's for sure.
It's just that's
it's
awesome.
well, what is it, like a 20-minute subway ride or something like that? Not even.
I mean, I'm sure the players aren't taking the subway. They're
No,
but
probably not.
But I mean, they're in New York. They're in New York for the whole series. They're
Yes.
not, they're not even leaving. They're not even leaving the city.
So
that
would be great. That would be great for New York.
You're right, because you do look at the game differently when they're not all tired from travel. Mm-hmm. And that has a lot to do with the way they play. So,
and it brings out the best teams when they're 100%. So I think that would be a great series. Is it going to happen? I don't know. I think the Dodgers are too good.
I don't love LA, so
Well, let's hope the Mets can get back into the series and win it. But congratulations, Yankees, for making the World Series.
But you know what? If there was a Subway Series, I'm rooting for the Mets.
Oh, I'm rooting for the Mets too. 150%. 150%. Absolutely.
All New England be
Mets.
rooting for the Mets.
Absolutely Mets.
But not necessarily because of what happened during the 1986 playoffs. There's some New England people who can't even say the Mets name.
I know.
It's like sickening.
There might be some New England fans that will root for the Yankees because of that. But because of that. But
blame it on Buckner, right?
Exactly. 38 years have passed, but it's still pretty hard to go back to that. So.
I remember that. I rolled right through his legs. I was sitting with my father. Yeah. My father just looks at me and is like, "See anything about this team?" He just went to bed. He's done.
Well, that's why they were called the Miracle.
He's not play for this.
Well, that's why they were called the Miracle Mets at that point. 1950. Tom Petty, born on this day. American singer, songwriter, guitarist. Had his own band. He was part of the Traveling Wilburys, who were just a fantastic group of artists. I think we got Bob Dylan and Jeff Lynne. I think are the remaining two players on that band right now.
Yep.
Because Tom Petty has passed and Roy Orbison has passed.
Right.
Yeah, and Tom Petty, just a great musician.
And George Harrison.
And George Harrison has passed, yes. So there's 5 of them. 3 of them have passed.
There's another. It's funny too because there's another band he was in. It was called Mud Crunch.
Yes.
And it was really good because they did a cover of "Love of the Body," the Will Bird song.
All right. Yes, and we're gonna say good morning to someone who's on the phone. Caller. Yeah, exactly. Caller. We're gonna say good morning, caller, and you're on Middleboro Review.
This is Olinda Morrison.
Hi, Olinda. How are you?
Good.
Good.
How you doing? Good morning, Linda. I'm glad you called.
Thank you.
We at the beginning of the show we were talking about the fundraiser dinner. I was talking to Dave Cunningham earlier at the dinner, and he said that was the first one in 5 years. How did everything go? I mean, we stayed for a couple hours, and how did everything go? It looked like a success.
It was a success. We won't know for sure until we, have to get into how much, we did or how well we did. Unfortunately, like I'm sure you heard, it was a lot smaller than what it had been in the past years because we were only able to use that small ballroom. Generally, we used the gymnasium, which would add another $100. 100 people. And there was one complaint that we heard before, and it was the price of the tickets. Before, I think we, charged people like $25, and we had, in order to make any kind of money, we had to raise it to the $40. The price of the food itself just made it, and then the fewer people for us to even, make any kind of money, we had to raise. But the turnout was excellent for us. We didn't know what to expect, but we were very happy.
Yeah. What's that? What was the seating? How many people were there last night?
We sold 259. We had like 300 seats.
Yeah, there was a lot of people there.
Oh, there were. No,
Yeah.
there were.
And I gotta say something about the Oak Point community. I think a lot of the Oak Point community people came out to support that, which I thought was great. And talk about the facilities and how nice the facilities were and how nice the catering was. Everyone was so nice. It was a really pleasant evening. The catering, I thought the catering company you guys hired, or whoever did the catering, did an excellent job, and and the food was really good.
Yes, it was. I had no complaints. Everybody seemed to really like the food, and we've had they were the ones that did it before, so we knew what to expect. So, and they didn't disappoint, so that was nice. Yeah, and the amount of people that donated baskets was almost overwhelming to me.
Yeah.
There
was a lot up there.
43 baskets, 42 baskets.
Yeah.
Yeah, 42 silent auction items that all went.
Yeah. Actually, Chuck Hart invited us. He bought us a ticket. So I thank Chuck again if he's listening.
Absolutely.
He's been on the show. You've been on the show. Dave Cunningham, Ray LaPre, the people who work at the food pantry and run it. So I'm really happy you guys had a good. I was always, it's a really nice place though. If you think about it, to go there, the place is so beautiful, so clean, so pristine. It's a really pleasure to go. I always like going to Oak Point. They've always done a good job there.
Yeah.
So.
And I haven't really seen any of the homes or anything, but just that whole facility right there with the ballroom, and they do that like the gymnasium and stuff is amazing. It's really nice. But you are right. The support from all those. It's amazing how many were from Oak Point that were there, and that.
I'm guessing a lot of the people were there, and this is just a guess. I didn't take, I didn't ask everyone if they lived there, but I assume the community came out to make that happen too. The Oak Point community. So, you didn't get the numbers, but I think you got a lot of people, wanting to have that dinner in their facility or their home, and it's something that's good. So, maybe that's a good thing for forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we hope we can, we hope we made out enough that we will simply do it again,
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, if you...
not having run it myself or being part of running it, there were a little, couple of things that next year we'll say, we won't do that.
It seemed like a real success, and everyone seemed like they had a fun time. And you can fine-tune things and tweak it, but we're here for you anytime you want to talk about anything with the St. Vincent Food Pantries. Anything you got going on, you can call us anytime. Joey's on at Monday, 11 o'clock in the morning, 2 to 12 on Middleboro Matters. We're here every Sunday morning between 7 and 8. And I'm really happy. It seemed like everyone, you seemed like you were smiling. Things when we came around the table yesterday, you were happy. So we'll take that. We'll take a big happy space here.
And one other thing I wanted to ask you before we let you go here, got a couple of minutes here before a commercial break. One other thing I want to ask you before I let you go is the next big thing is the Thanksgiving dinners that are coming up here for Thanksgiving. Give us an update on that. How is that going?
Right now, we're in the process. We've got almost all the food that we need for it, except for the turkeys. We were working on getting the turkeys. We did get a nice donation last night for we're having a turkey drive, which was kind of nice. I was in that unexpected, and it was to help out with the turkey drive. So that's coming up. But that's the other huge thing is, of course, the giving tree that they're going to be having. That just started this week. People are, starting to sign up for it. And that will talk about, putting that dinner on, the dinner event on. This giving tree drive is probably easily double the work, and the amount of volunteers that go into that go in and are happy to volunteer is amazing.
All right, we want to thank you so much for calling in.
I mean, I asked you, and you look at it like, it's early, but now you can go back to bed. You know what I mean? And be proud of all your hard work you guys done. And I appreciate being part of the dinner last night. It was good. It was a lot of fun. And
thank you for coming. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you for calling in, and have a great day.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Yep. Bye bye. All right.
Okay.
7:30.
That was the St. Vincent de Paul.
St. Vincent de Paul president. Yep.
So,
and want to
we're
thank
talking
you for
about
calling in, and thank you for for being there and being putting this big event together.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, with the last 5 seconds we had before commercial, I can't, I thought Oak Point, the whole Oak Point apparatus did awesome. I really think that's a great place.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
Everyone was nice, and the ballroom is beautiful.
I've been there for events before.
Spotless.
And it's amazing.
It's spotless. Everything is super duper clean. I mean, that makes you feel good. You know what I mean? When everything's spotless.
All right, 7:30 a.m. Let's take a commercial break right now, and we'll be right back here on Middleboro in Review.
Nice. Right on time, buddy.
7:30.
Nice.
7:30. Right on time.
I gotta take a coffee. I think I just have a coffee right now. Yeah, baby.
I think you do. I think so. Yeah.
I'm gonna sit here, out of the way.
News this hour from
Have the old drinks going on below.
Vice President Harris stepping up her attacks on Donald Trump in the closing weeks of the presidential race. Here's White House correspondent Greg Clugston.
Early in the Harris campaign, there was lots of talk of joy amid the surge of enthusiasm she enjoyed as she replaced Joe Biden at the top of the Democratic ticket. But with a neck-and-neck race so close to Election Day, the vice president is increasingly going on the attack. She's closing out her campaign, painting a dark vision of the country if Donald Trump is sent back to the White House, including airing video clips at her own rallies of Trump's controversial rhetoric. Greg Clugston, Washington.
Good morning,
SpaceX
Pat.
sued the California agency after the body rejects the
Slippers.
plan to increase the company's losses from the state's coastline.
The California Coastal Commission made its decision despite the U.S. Air Force endorsing the plan on the grounds that more launches of Starlink and Starshield, the defense-focused unit, are critical to national security. In the lawsuit, SpaceX says that the commission engaged in, quote, naked political discrimination when some commissioners cited the political activity of CEO Elon Musk while also trying to unlawfully regulate federal agency activities. Akash Chaguli, Vice President of Americans for Prosperity, told the Salem Radio Network that the California Coastal Commission is practicing socialism.
It should be terrifying to any American who even somewhat believes in free markets, free enterprise, and the concept of private companies.
Bernie Bennett reporting.
Authorities say at least 7 people were killed yesterday after part of a ferry dock collapsed on Georgia's Sapelo Island. The Georgia Department of Natural Resources says the dock collapsed and sent people plunging into the water. Multiple were taken to the hospitals. Search was conducted by the Coast Guard for others. A major redesign proposed for Manhattan's famed luxury row, Fifth Avenue. New York City officials unveiling a plan to transform a central portion of the thoroughfare into a more pedestrian-centered boulevard. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Life takes a toll on our bodies. No way around it. Whether it's sitting hours on end at your computer or working a physical job, over time your body pays the price. There is, however, an effective way to turn back the clock on pain. Relief Factor. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor helps support your body's response to inflammation. The difference? Instead of masking pain, Relief Factor helps eliminate it for good. And it's 100% drug-free. If the pains that come with living a full life are affecting you, do as so many others have. Turn back the clock on pain with Relief Factor. Their 3-week quick start is just $19.95, less than $1 a day. When you feel good, it's amazing how much more you get out of life. So visit ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Try it for only $19.95. While we can't stop aging, oh yeah, we can stop pain. Turn back the clock with Relief Factor.
Moldovans are casting ballots today in 2 key votes that could determine whether the European Union candidate country, which neighbors Ukraine, remains on a pro-Western path amid ongoing allegations that Russia has tried to undermine the electoral process. Incumbent President Mayu Sandu is the favorite to secure another term in office in a presidential race in which 11 candidates are running. If Sandu fails to win an outright majority today, a runoff will be held on November 3rd. Japan's beloved former Empress Michihito receives greetings from her relatives and palace officials to celebrate her 90th birthday as she recovers from a broken leg. Michihito is the first commoner to become empress in modern Japanese history. Then Crown Prince Akihito married her on April 10th in 1959 after what is known as their tennis court romance. The couple retired after Akihito abdicated the throne in 2019. News and analysis at townhall.com.
1 minute.
Head injuries are a growing problem for the military.
Special Operations Command testing new ways to protect service members from blast and to evaluate the health risk even during training. This includes having service members wear blast monitors and reshaping an explosive charge to reduce the blowback. A former Special Ops medic says, quote, there are guys lining up to volunteer for these studies. He says it's an indication of the high level of concern and how important this is to the troops. Jason Walker reporting.
English singer Zayn Malik has postponed a tour to the U.S. following the death of his former One Direction bandmate Liam Payne this month. The singer says the dates for the U.S. leg of his Stairway to the Sky tour will be rescheduled for January, and he will post the new dates in coming days. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Spark Street Auto Body, located at 48 Spark Street in Brockton, Massachusetts, offers the highest quality collision repair and complete auto service for your car. They are a direct repair shop for all major insurance companies. You should reach them at 508-583-1495. They are open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, and 8 to 4 on Fridays. Call them today. You will not be disappointed. 508-583-1495.
Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association is an association of combat veterans from all branches of the United States Armed Forces who ride motorcycles as a hobby. Our mission is to support those who have defended our country and freedoms. Our focus is to help veteran care facilities provide a warm meal, clothing, shelter, and guidance, or simply to say thank you and welcome home. We have members from nearly all 50 states and living abroad. Many members continue to serve in our armed forces, with several serving in combat areas now. We sponsor and or participate in many motorcycle-related charity events each year, and as a nonprofit organization, donate to various veteran care facilities and veteran charities. To learn more about the Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association and how you can join or support, please visit cvma2-2.org.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, 0. And we're back as I turn down the bumping music. 7:38 a.m. here. Let's finish to the Today in History. We didn't get a chance to there before Yolanda called. So let's finish the Today in Histories. 1936, this is now passings. 1936, Anne Sullivan, American educator, best known for being the instructor and lifelong companion of Helen Keller. And she was born in Feeding Hills, Agawam, Massachusetts, which is, Don, you said south of Springfield, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Right on the Connecticut River there, yep.
Yeah, so she was born there on April 14th, 1866. There we go.
Yeah.
1964, Herbert Hoover, American engineer and politician, the 31st president of the United States of America. He lived through quite a lot. You know, the World War, a good portion of the Cold War as well. Herbert Hoover was there for all of it. I don't know if he had his 90th birthday. Was he 90 when he passed?
I don't know.
He was either 89 or 90.
I mean, he went, I know Truman went in 70, Truman died in 72.
Mm-hmm.
He died the same year as, and then Johnson, I think, died in 73. And Eisenhower died in 69. Herbert, so, I mean, there was, he was president before Franklin Roosevelt.
Yes. Herbert Hoover.
Yeah.
Passed away on this day in 1964. Passing away on this day in 1977, both Steve Gaines and Ronnie Van Zant. Heartbreaking accident with those two that had happened. This was October 20th, 1977. A plane carrying the band between shows from Greenville, South Carolina to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, ran out of fuel outside of Gillsburg, Mississippi. The passengers had been informed about a potential problem with the plane and were told to brace for a crash. Van Zant died on impact from head injuries suffered after the aircraft struck a tree. Also, bandmates Steve Gaines, Cassidy Gaines, or along with the assistant road manager Dean Kilpatrick, pilot Walter McCreary, and co-pilot William Gray were also killed. The rest of the band were seriously injured. Van Zant was 29 years old.
Yeah. It was, another day that music died, if you think about it. I mean,
yes.
I know there's a song about it by Don McLean, and that was more the Big Bopper with Richie Valens, and it was in the late 50s that plane crash. So yeah, I mean, a lot of great people died in plane crashes. Stevie Ray Vaughan died in a helicopter crash in 1990.
Mm-hmm.
And it was devastating when I heard that. And I just saw him. I saw him like 6 months before he passed away. I saw him. Was it 6 months? It was the Now and Zen tour with Robert Plant. Maybe it was a year. Maybe it was that 88. I've seen it. Whatever that tour was. He backed up Robert Plant on the Now and Zen tour.
Yeah.
It was incredible. And it was just such a heartbreak, but, it's just, they're always flying around and trying to get the gigs, and they don't always fly commercial, they fly private and helicopters and whatnot.
Yeah. And passing away on this day, 30 years ago today, Burt Lancaster passed away.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love that movie, The Train. 1964, 1963. Movie's awesome. It's about they're trying to save the art in France.
Yeah, that's something I would recommend for sure with a movie recommendation.
It's a long movie, but it starring Burt Lancaster and a lot of other people that were famous at that time, which I can't really think of. But I've watched the movie like 4 times already.
And Don, you like Scooby-Doo, correct?
Yeah, who doesn't?
Well, I have a movie recommendation. It's Scooby-Doo related. I'll get it up here and we'll talk about it here in just a few minutes. But I have a movie recommendation as well. But I'll get to that in just a few minutes after our last commercial break. But that is our Today in History right there. So, yeah, that's it there. Our weather, real quick, because I don't think I did that at the beginning of the show. Driscoll, Texas, 74 degrees, a high of 85 today, rain in the forecast, low of 67, and then sunny for the rest of the week, potentially getting into the 90s. Still in the 90s in Driscoll, Texas. And we're getting into almost November now.
Yeah,
that's pretty interesting.
We won't see 90s until at least May.
Yeah, we won't see 90s until May. Exactly. Driscoll, North Dakota, 39 degrees, a high of 72 today. Pretty nice weather today and tomorrow for Driscoll, North Dakota. But it's going to cool off pretty significantly after that. No rain in the forecast either. Middleboro, Massachusetts, 72 degrees. Today for the high, 42 for the low. It's 46 now. 78 tomorrow, Don. It's going to be amazing tomorrow. A low of 50. So it's warming up pretty good over the next few days. I think we're considering considering the weather. I think we're in what was called an Indian summer now. I think that's what we're in now.
Oh yeah, it's great. A little chilly in the morning or whatnot,
yes.
But I mean it's expected this time in October. But yesterday was beautiful. I was on the lawn tractor most of the day, and I had so much fun. It was such a beautiful day.
Yeah.
And at this time, it's not as dusty.
Yes.
I noticed because of I don't know, just it's not. I mean, it's not breathing all that dust and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it wasn't bad. I was cutting the grass and I was having fun driving around in the lawn in Middleboro.
Yep.
Just hung out. I didn't want to really drive anywhere yesterday. I wanted to hang out and just tinker around the house, and I had a good day yesterday. It was a nice day to do it.
And Taunton, Massachusetts, 42 degrees, clear skies. It'll be clear skies throughout the day and clear skies throughout the week as well. No rain in sight, which is beautiful. It's going to be a beautiful week this week in Taunton, Massachusetts. Again, 70 in the 70s today, in the 70s tomorrow, in the 70s on Tuesday and Wednesday as well. So beautiful week here in this area. 7:45. Take our last commercial break right now. When we come back,
Joey,
yes,
you gotta give him a program note about noontime. Big day for
we're gonna have that as yes, we're gonna have that when we come back.
Tell the people.
I will not.
Do not forget.
When we come back, we'll have that programming note, and we'll have a couple of events that are going on in the area as well, along with early voting. We might talk about early voting as well. So that's coming up. That just started yesterday. So we'll talk about that, and then a couple other events maybe, and then we'll have our movie recommendation. Don gave his, so I got to give mine. All right, it is a Halloween movie related, and it's Scooby-Doo related. I just actually watched this movie this past week, and it's really good. the voice acting is really good, and has a voice actor that you might recognize from the name. I'll give out that name.
I would have got away with it was when you Beverly Kids.
that was in the movie too. That's in every episode.
Every time you pull the mask off.
Yeah, that phrase is in the movie too. But this one is a really good movie, really good Scooby-Doo movie, Halloween related, and we'll have that when we come back here on Middleboro in Review. Yeah, Middleboro in Review on WFBS 1530 AM, 99.7 FM. We'll be right back. All right. 163. 302. 242. Okay, I think do the early voting and then talk about Calvary Cares thing as well.
Matthew Mission Food Pantry helps people with food insecurities from the hardships of life. In a few short years, they have given more than 4,000 bags of groceries to those in need. For guests with
There's a lot of early voting going on.
they are open every Saturday morning from 9:30 to 11:30 at the north door of the First Parish Church, 76 Church Green, and are available to anyone, no questions asked. The demand increases every week. With the looming reduction in SNAP benefits, the need is growing. Please consider a donation of unexpired, non-perishable food items, grocery store gift cards, or a monetary donation via check to the Matthew Mission Food Pantry, 76 Church Green, Taunton, or by Venmo at Matthew Mission Food Pantry. The Matthew Mission Inc. is a registered 501c3 organization. Thank you.
Okay. 3, 2, 0. Oh, come on. 3, 2, 0. There we go. Perfect. 3, 2, 1, 0. And we are back as I turn down the bumper music. There we go. 7:50 a.m. here. We got about 10 more minutes left in the show today. A couple things I want to talk about here in the final 10 minutes of the show. Calvary Pentecostal Church will have a Community Harvest Festival Saturday, October 26th, 2024. That is this upcoming Saturday with a rain date of, I believe that's the following Saturday, November the 2nd, 2024. 33 Braley Road, East Freetown, 9:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. There'll be crafts, live music, food, a pumpkin decorating, fun games, vendors, and raffle prizes. Free admission and parking as well. So Calvary Pentecostal Church will be hosting their Community Harvest Festival.
That sounds like a good day because, driving down to Freetown's nice. That's right down there. The leaves are still nice. They're still pretty.
Yes, and Curtis Dias.
Get these festivals in a nice couple of weeks because November's almost here.
Absolutely. And that's Calvary Pentecostal Church. That's Curtis Dias. October 26th.
So that's
this Saturday. Unless it rains, then it will be the following Saturday, November the 2nd.
Okay.
And that's Curtis Dias. Curtis Dias has a show here on Sundays at 10 a.m. And also at noon. Live
yep.
on Mondays.
Right after your show, Middleboro Matters.
Speaking of today, at noon, live.
We'll do it live.
Exactly. in the immortal words of Bill O'Reilly. We have Stand Up Strong at noon. And that is with Ed Miller and Bishop Tony Branch, maybe, will be here.
He wasn't in last week.
He wasn't in last week. I'm not sure if he'll be in
this
this
week.
week.
The four of us, yeah. So it's gonna be Joey and I, Ed Miller, and maybe Tony Branch. Hopefully Tony Branch is feeling better.
Yes.
He'll be here. And Ed Miller invited us a couple weeks ago to come on the show. We've been on the show I think 3 times now. And we have a lot of fun. The four of us sit here and we hash it out. It's a lively show.
Exactly.
It's a lot of fun.
It is.
It is a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun.
A lot of people tell me, or I've talked to this show, Joey and I do is a lot of fun because it's a Sunday morning show, so
absolutely
it's lighthearted. We don't dip into like hard politics.
No.
People don't want to hear that at 7 in the morning, but there's fun things you can do, and radio should be fun. So yeah.
Calvary Cares Drop-In Center Celebrate Recovery 12-Step Program. That takes place every Tuesday, 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. in the International Nazarene Building, the back building, 278 Pleasant Street, and that is in New Bedford. All are welcome. This is a non-smoking meeting. To contact them, contact Calvary Cares, 774-417-6492 and 508-858-8875. And also, Calvary Care's Drop-In Center will host a number of celebrations and workshops. The next one coming up is going to be November 8th. Veterans with substance abuse disorder, free lunch, and naloxone training. And these workshops are located at 33 Braley Road, East Freetown, Massachusetts. Each workshop begins at 9:30 a.m. except for the Christmas party, which takes place December 20th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Child and community Christmas party, free toys and gifts. And also January 17th, 9:30 a.m., January 17th, 2025. Recovery coaching, how can it help? Free lunch for peer groups. Come and join us. There'll be free food. Again, the numbers are 774-417-6492 and 508-858-8875 to get in contact with Calvary Cares. Early voting. Let's go through this real quick. Early voting for the next couple days in Taunton. Taunton early voting is located at Taunton City Hall, 15 Summer Street, on the second floor in the Silver City Conference Room. There'll be early voting today. Actually, it's just going to get underway in about 5 minutes from now, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday, October 21st, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And Tuesday, October 22nd, 2024, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then it goes throughout the rest of the week as well, up until November the 1st. Questions may be directed to the Elections Department at 508-821-1044 or elections@taunton-ma.gov. Tune in to Middleboro Matters tomorrow, and we'll have all the dates tomorrow. I'll set aside a segment to do all of the dates here, but I am running out of time here, so I can't do all of the dates today. But Taunton early voting area here. Some of the early voting for some of the other areas as well. Raynham, that's located at the Town Hall, which is located at 558 South Main Street in the Donald L. McKinnon Meeting Room. October 21st, 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. October 22nd, 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and 6 p.m. to 8. And October 23rd, 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. And it goes on until November the 1st. Dighton, October 21st, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. 7:30 to 4:30 p.m. again on October 22nd. And October 23rd, 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. And then it continues till November the 1st. November the 1st is by appointment only. Berkeley, Berkeley Town Hall, 1 North Main Street. And that is in the hearing room there in Berkeley Town Hall. October 19th to the 31st. No early in-person voting will be held on a Friday or a Sunday in Berkeley. So that's what's going on in the Taunton area. And finally, in Middleboro, we have early voting as well. Saturday. It started yesterday, Saturday. Continues tomorrow. No early voting today. It continues tomorrow, Monday, October 21st, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesday, October 22nd, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Wednesday, the 23rd, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and continues until November the 1st. Again, we'll have all of the dates. We'll try to get all the dates to you tomorrow when I am on the air with Middleboro Matters. So if you want all the dates for early voting for the Taunton area or for Taunton and Middleboro, I'll have all of that tomorrow morning on Middleboro Matters at 11 a.m. to 12, right here on WVBF. Don.
Yes, sir.
You ready for some Scooby-Doo?
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo, all right. So, I watched this movie this past week. It's Halloween related. It's called Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. It's a 1999 direct-to-video animated supernatural horror comedy. It did not go into theaters. It was just directly to video. It is the second direct-to-video film based on the Scooby-Doo Saturday morning cartoons. It was produced by Hanna-Barbera. Hanna-Barbera is legendary. You know, they not just Scooby-Doo, but Flintstones, many other things as well. That was released on VHS October 5th, 1999, hence why it's a Halloween movie. And then on DVD in March of 2001. The plot involves Mystery Inc. traveling to New England, the town of Oak Haven. Don't think there's actually an Oak Haven, but traveling to the New England town of Oak Haven after being invited by horror writer Ben Ravencroft. Like a number of direct-to-video Scooby-Doo animated films released in the late 90s and early 2000s, The Witch's Ghost features real supernatural elements instead of the traditionally fabricated ones the franchise is associated with, giving the film a little bit of a darker tone. The film has been adapted into a book. So the cast that was in this movie, Scott Inez as Scooby-Doo, and also as Shaggy Rogers, so same voice actor there. Frank Welker as Fred Jones, Mary Kay Bergman as Daphne, B.J. Ward as Velma, Tim Curry as Ben Ravencroft. That was the name I alluded to.
Who's that, the villain?
That's the villain of the entire movie.
Oh, he's the villain.
Yes. And Tim Curry is a fantastic villain. He was in...
was it good? Did you watch it?
Yes, I just watched it this past week. It's really good. He is a fantastic voice actor, Tim Curry. He was in the Rocky Horror Picture Show, as well as many other things as well.
There was a big thing about that. That was like in the late 70s. Everyone had to go to New York to go to the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Had to go to see it live. That was a big fad that happened in the late 70s, and it happened for years and years. It was like a tradition. People would take their family or whatnot, but it was big back in the late 70s, early 80s. It was everywhere.
Yes. So Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. Check it out.
Nice.
Check it out. It's on DVD. You can definitely buy it somewhere, probably Amazon.
I'm going to recommend one song for anybody who likes Deep Purple. The song was called Vincent Price.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a good song.
It's a great song. It's a great Halloween song. It's a lot of fun. It's really the guitar playing is so spooky. It's such a great song. So I always think of that song and other songs too, but that's one of my favorites. It's Vincent Price by Deep Purple.
All right, 8 a.m. I want to thank you everyone for listening to today's program, and we'll be back next week with another edition of Middleboro in Review, the October 27th edition of Middleboro in Review, and I'll be back tomorrow with an edition of Middleboro Matters.
And we'll both be back
And
today.
stay tuned at noon for Stand Up Strong with Ed Miller and Bishop Tony Branch as well.
Joey Driscoll.
And Don Driscoll. So that's coming up.
Yeah, 12 o'clock.
All right, so we'll be back then, and bye-bye, everybody. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and go Patriots, who are just getting underway in just about an hour. Patriots getting underway just about an hour and a half from now. They are in London. So good luck to the Patriots. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye, everybody.